So it seems like everybody at this point has done a Sandman review, and technically, me doing this is more of a toy opening than anything else. But I will have to say, for me, this is a way to clear the air, get some things off my chest, and stop a petition that I started so long ago. Hey toy fans, I'm here with a toy opening, and I guess a way for me to get to clear my voice on some things that have happened in the past. So for me, probably about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years now, I had started a petition against Mattel to create more racial diversity in the Masters of the Universe Origins line, okay? And one of the things I had suggested was actually putting Sunman within the line because they had a similar feel and build to it. And I'd actually even used a picture of He-Man and Sunman together that I had gotten. Unfortunately, I'd never gotten around to getting a Sunman, and when you went to look for a vintage Sunman online, it was very expensive. So it's kind of one of those that was a very rare toy, but a very beloved toy for a lot of collectors. But again, a lot of collectors were getting it, but I'm not sure the kids were. And when this initial thing went out, it was supposed to be that Masters of the Universe Origins was supposed to be for kids, and more so kids than collectors. But some of us, we kind of know the truth. It's really meant for collectors. So, fast forward, this petition goes out. I start making writings about, the racial diversity within the Masters of the Universe line in the original series, and start looking at it from even classic standpoint and so on and so forth. And the numbers were just really, really small. I've got articles on that I posted. My local paper had done an article on it. Had jumped on podcasts talking about it. And with this petition, I was really pushing for something to happen, some addition, something to be added to the Masters of the Universe Origins in order to make it more racially diverse. So within this, and knowing Sunman's origins, I'd actually gotten a couple of chances to talk to Willa Eason, who is the creator of Sunman. She created it for her son. And it was one of those that, there's some areas where she's standoffish. I think this is something that had been in effect way beforehand. But there's a part of me that would like to let me think that my little petition did help a little bit. Me, including others like Hellspawn Cosplay, which we were really pushing for Mattel to kind of, look and find diversity where they could. And that was across, a lot of their toy lines, across a lot of their media, and etc. So for me, the inclusion of Sunman is a really big, big deal. And it started, for me, when I finally was able to order this. Now, this is, of course, the Sunman, Rulers of the Sun. This is the collector's edition from Mattel Creations. They had this really nice box, empowering the next generation through play, down here at the bottom. You've got this really cool mailer, and out of it was two really great pieces. First, you got a all metallic, super detailed, nice double-headed Sunman here, and it came on a resealable card, which is interesting because this is what we originally wanted when we had our giant size figures. And then, of course, this opens up. If you notice, all of mine is still packaged together. I refuse to open it at this point, but it's got some beautiful artwork there. Of course, this opens up over here, and you've got a whole story in here in larger comic book size for us to look at. And it's beautifully made. Like, it's really, really well made. And then, of course, out of that, he has his weapon. He had a flame piece that went on the end of the weapon, a couple extra hands, an extra head, and a shield as well. And then with that, just to make it super, super official, It also came with this Motu Collector's Certificate of Authenticity card, which I love. Of course, it's got the classics here, Rulers of the Sun, and then there's Wile Eason's signature down there that's printed on this really cool card. Now, I initially thought that I would actually drop the petition and go ahead and just talk about this and be happy. But I told myself I wouldn't be happy until I was able to find Sunman and other of the Rulers of the Sun creations on toy shelves. And with that, I had put in an order for Sunman because they had announced at one point that, yeah, Sunman was going to be available on store shelves, which I haven't seen yet. But come our Retro Play New for 22 Origins Sunman. Now, this Sunman I happened to get actually from Amazon. I think I initially ordered it from Geekbox because, you know, I wanted to make sure that I got one. My kid definitely wanted one. I was like, yeah, let's work towards this. Let's get us our Sunman action figures. And what ended up happening was that the Geekbox order still wasn't fulfilling itself, and I happened to start seeing, you know, all these people that were posting it online. I'm like, it's got to be out there somewhere. What in the world? And so I eventually decided to cancel that, and I found them on Amazon actually on sale, so I was able to order it from there. Even though I haven't seen these on store shelves yet in my area, I did go ahead and decide, as of today, I'm stopping the petition. It only ran up to 301 signers on it, so it never actually reached a 500 max. But it was kind of a big deal for me because this is something I had been fighting and advocating for. And now, not only do I have a collector's edition of this figure, but I also have a retail version of this figure. And this figure, it's available out there for kids to buy and to play with. And my kid, he absolutely loves this figure. This is one of his favorites. He actually plays with him and He-Man all the time, and they actually will beat the snot out of Skeletor, which I kind of tell him, like, you don't have to beat up people. And it's like, no, that's what they do. And I'm like, all right, I'll let you play how you play. But it's really cool to see this finally, after all these years, in actual toy form, in our hands, and available for us to find and buy for our kids, etc. And it pairs up nicely with He-Man. Now, you have to forgive me, this is the first wave He-Man here from Origins with the hair that no one liked. But I think he looks great. It's a really cool action figure, and he has all the same, articulation as the other Origins figures. He's got that snap-on shield. He's got the actual sun spear and the phoenix wings. He's got the really cool armor piece that slides over him, and really nice new tooling here that they can use for the other Sunman action figures in the line. And I was so happy to hear that, Digitano and some of the other figures from that line were also being made into Origins. I can't wait to actually see them and get them. I know for me, Boltman is a really big one that I'm looking forward to, along with Digitano. And actually Holographo, as well as Space Sumo. So I am wanting to get those figures in the line as well, and just enjoy them and get to have them. And I'm sure my kid will want them too. So it's one of those I'm really hoping Mattel, please don't make these, I don't know, collector edition, sort of like you have to get it online like what you did with our Grizzlor. Because that seems kind of wrong, honestly. If Grizzlor's a part of the Evil Horde and kids want the Evil Horde, they should be able to pick it up on the shelves. But that's just my opinion. Well, I know that this seems kind of like a weird opening for everybody, and I ask for you to forgive me on this one. But I will have to say that this is really for me to kind of get to say that I can close down this petition. I don't have to worry about it. And I'm hoping one day I can focus back on getting back to those He-Man paintings I want to do with the custom characters I did. If you're not familiar with them, You can check them out on my Instagram page. I've got a few other areas where I had them on social media. They're pretty cool looking, so it's definitely one I wouldn't mind having them made into figures one day. All right, remember, they're not dolls. In this case, they're action figures. In this case, they're the most powerful action figures in your collection. When I'm not recording videos here on YouTube, I'm actually over on a podcast on marvindogmedia.com called Talking Toys with Taylor and Jeff. It's a really cool toy podcast. Be sure to check it out. Also, I need your help getting my YouTube channel to grow. Be sure to subscribe down below with that big red button. Hit that bell for notifications so you can be alerted of anything that comes from me to you. Like this video, it helps YouTube know that you like what I'm making, and comment down below. I like chatting with you all.